I got that sunshine in my pocket, got that good soul.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Tustamina Learning Links, your link to learning. I'm Mrs. Hanson and I am a CCLC tutor with the Kasilof Boys and Girls Club. So today we're going to be learning about the zeros trick with division. This is a follow-up video to our zeros trick with multiplication. If you're following along at home, make sure that you have a piece of paper, a pencil, or a whiteboard to follow along with because we're going to be learning by doing, not just by watching. Okay, so let's get started. So last time, like I said, we did the zeros trick with multiplication, and you'll remember that that would work with any two factors, or three if you have more, any factors as long as they end in zero. This time, it's kind of the same concept, except the way that we're studying it. It has to be problems that have numbers that will go evenly into each other. So basically, it has to have a problem that has a divisor that goes evenly into the dividend. So let me explain. I know that was kind of wordy, but let me explain. So our first example, 1,400 divided by 70, and you guys can write that down as well. Okay, 1,400 divided by 70. So you'll see when you're looking at this right off the bat, you know that 14 and 7, they're going to be part of a fact family. If I do 14 divided by 7, that is 2. But if I did like 14 divided by 8, 8 doesn't go evenly into 14, so we couldn't do that with this trick. However, it's still a useful trick for numbers that will go evenly into each other. Okay, let's keep going. So 1,400 divided by 70. So the way this zeros trick works is we're actually going to be crossing out our numbers and canceling our numbers. So I'm going to ignore the zeros, just like we did before, and I'm just going to look at our digits that are numbers that are not 0. Okay, so 14 divided by 7, like I said earlier, that's 2. So we have taken care of those two numbers, so I'm just actually going to cross them out like this. Just draw a line there. Okay, now we're left with 2 zeros here and then 1 0 here. So this is where we're going to cross it a little bit more, and this is where the zeros trick actually happens. So I want to make it even on both sides, basically. So I'm going to cross out 1 0 from here and 1 0 from here. You'll see that I have a 1 0 left here still, okay, and no zeros here. This 1 0 that I had left over, I'm going to take that and add it onto my 2 in the answer. So I know this trick is kind of specific, but like I said, it's useful if you have numbers that ends in zeros and they go into each other evenly. Okay, so let's pause real quick before we do a couple more problems. Let's do our easy peasy math fact of the day. So here's an example. A bakery made 20 snickerdoodle cookies and 30 chocolate chip cookies. How many more chocolate chip cookies did they make than snickerdoodle cookies? Okay, make sure you respond to that easy peasy math fact. Let's keep going on our next problem. Okay, so let's do 3,000 divided by 100. And make sure you have this written down. So, like I said before, we're just going to ignore our zeros to start off with, and we're going to focus on the digits that are not zeros. So I have a 3 and a 1. 3 divided by 1 is going to be 3. And I'm going to cross those numbers out, and now I'm putting all of my attention onto my zeros. So I'm going to start crossing my zeros out to make them even on each side of the division symbol. So I have 1 0 here, I have 1 here. I'll cross them both out. I have 1 0 here, I have 1 0 here, cross them both out. I have 1 0 left over here, but I don't have any left over on this side, so that's going to be my final answer, or my final 0, that I put in the answer. So the answer to 3,000 divided by 100 is going to be 30. And we can even check this with our zeros trick with multiplication. Let's give it a try. So 30 times 100. So we're going to do 3 times 1, ignore our zeros. That is 3. Now we're going to add our zeros back in. I have 1, 2, 3 zeros, so I'll add them in my answer. 3,000, 3,000. We're good to go. Okay, let's do one more problem. And we're going to be doing a little bit bigger of a problem. That's okay. It's going to be 25,000 divided by 500. Okay, 25,000 divided by 500. So I'm going to ignore my zeros to start off with, just like normal. Look at those digits that aren't zeros. I have 25 divided by 5. That's going to be 5. And I can cross that out. You don't have to, but I like to just so I can put my attention on the zeros. So I have 1 0 here, 1 0 here, cross them both out. 1 0 here, 1 0 here, cross them both out. I have 1 0 left. I will add that to my answer, and I get 50. 25,000 divided by 500 equals 50. Okay, so that's your math tip and trick for the day. Make sure you follow along in our future videos to get more math help. Thank you for learning with Testamina Learning Links. Bye, guys.
I got that sunshine in my pocket, got that good soul in my